People ask me, how's the Ukraine war affecting the real estate market? I don't think, but particularly the Ukraine war is affecting directly the home market or the home prices of real estate in general. However, any geopolitics issues like this one have an impact on the economy, on actually the global economy, and therefore the United States economy, which is tied into the obviously to the global economy. But there's also so many issues that are played already that we have been seeing, like supply chain issues, okay, that are causing problems in the real estate market due to the fact that building and construction materials have skyrocketed ever since the pandemic lockdown, causing the supply issues to have an inflationary effect on that part of the economy. Now, there's other issues like gas prices have risen, and that's also causing other problems. Inflation, okay, is taking over, obviously, now that it looks like we're leaving behind the pandemic, and now things are going back to normal. Now, let's check how home prices have been in the last, couple of years. As you can see, price appreciation is accelerating, okay? As of January 2021, the home prices index was 10% higher, okay, than the previous year. Now, since then, we had up to December of 2021, we had 18.15% increase in prices, okay, year over year. And January 2022 looks even higher, 19.1. And that's going back to what I said at the beginning, that the first part of 2022, it seems is going to look pretty much like 2021. Now, why do I say the first part? Because as we know, the interest rates have been rising, have been raised by the Fed just this week, okay? And they forecast that there's going to be numerous or rate hikes throughout the year. That's probably going to put a little bit of a break in the housing market due to the fact that as interest rates go up, the coverage or the average buyer affordability index is going to lower. That's going to put a pressure on prices, because then the home prices are going to have to meet where those buyers are going to be able to buy and afford them. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why we think that the second part of the year, 2022, is going to be different. Obviously, the prices in the last few years, okay, has been enormous. In the last 5 years, okay, this is the average for the national average for home prices for the last year was 17.5%. As we can see here in New Jersey, 15.4%. Okay, and that's year over year for Q4 2021. If we look at the change in prices for the last 5 years, okay, we have a national average of 54.5%. That's in New Jersey, 45.1%. That's in the last 5 years, okay, as of the last quarter of 2021. Now, changing prices since 1991, okay, up to Q4 2021, we have a national average of 258%. And in New Jersey, which is our neck of the woods, it's 218.8%. That's a very sizable increase in prices in the last, 20, 30 years, actually. So what is the forecast that many of the companies that track these data, forecast? As you can see, the home prices forecast for 2022, in average for all 7 entities that have been forecasting the home prices is about 6.1%. That's for 2021. with the most optimistic being CoreLogic at 9.6%. And there goes Fannie Mae 7.6, and so on. So the average is 6.1, which is still pretty good. Okay, if you look at the supply and demand, why I put this picture on? This is one open house that we conducted where we had over 65 families. Okay, and that's why that's the reason why this is still actually happening. Okay, from 2021. So we are seeing still pretty much 2021, okay, in 2022. So we expect this to moderate towards the end of the year, okay? The impact of inventory on home prices, obviously we know that supply and demand is a key component or 101 economics. If there's less houses for the amount of buyers and more buyers for those houses, home prices are going to go up. Okay, so seller's market is less than 6 months. In some of locations, some neighborhoods in our area, okay, the days on the available inventory is further lower than that. Okay, we have areas where we only have a month and a half of inventory. In other words, if a particular area is selling at 60 homes on average per month, and we have 90 homes at one particular time, that means that those 90 homes, if no more homes enter the market, will be sold in about a month and a half. So that's a great absorption rate, and I call it an extreme seller's market, which is still a very good market for anybody that's thinking to sell, need to sell. And in fact, if you do need to sell, maybe the first part of the year is the best time for you to sell. Okay, we're not forecasting. I don't have a crystal ball based on the numbers that are tracked by these big companies. Okay, it looks like the second part of the year might be different. Okay, neutral market, obviously 6 to 7 months, and the buyer's market is anything over 7 months of inventory. Okay, new listings are falling dramatically. Now, a lot of the gurus, okay, have been saying that the word low inventory have become kind of a cliche in the real estate market right now. But the truth of the matter is that more homes have been sold in the last couple of years, especially last year, than in any other year. It's just the fact that there's an affluency of buyers that exceeds the amount of inventory that comes into the market. Over 6.2 million homes were sold last year. That's the highest number ever. So we still have a deficiency because there's a lot more buyers, especially younger buyers, especially millennials, Generation X, and Generation C. So these are younger buyers that even in their early 20s, they're now purchasing homes. Okay, so that's the reason. So if you look at this graph, right, you see December is typically a lower inventory month, 232, November 314. Okay, this is what's happening right now. The active listings are dropping consistently. So this is what we expect to happen in the next few months, and the spring market is approaching, and therefore we expect some of these exuberancy in the market to continue. I would encourage, if you are thinking about selling, maybe now is the best time. Perhaps we can have a conversation, and obviously no obligation. And if you know anybody that might be interested, please feel free to refer them, and we'll be more than happy to assist them as well. All right. Thank you very much, Phil. I hope this information has been helpful, and look forward to talking to you. Bye-bye.